Hey everyone. Well, it is 12:20 the next day, and I started out at Kachina Wetlands Preserve, and all the ponds there are dry. Then I went to Lower Lake Mary, which is where I'm at now, and there's almost no water here in this lake. So then I moved on a little bit further southeast to Upper Lake Mary, and there's lots of water there. However, I didn't see any birds of any species. So I was actually getting ready to start this vlog there, but there was a lot of foot traffic and dogs barking, car traffic back and forth. So I didn't start the vlog there, to let you know that it started out as a very disappointing day because, like I said, at the Kachina Wetlands Preserve, there was no water. There were some shorebirds, but nothing out of the ordinary. And then here at Lower Lake Mary, there was just some coots and ducks, turkey vultures, that kind of stuff. I didn't see anything. So up to Upper Lake Mary, like I said, there was nothing there. So I was giving up. I was going to pack up. Like I said, I was going to start the vlog there, but it was very noisy. So I packed up the car and started heading north again. And right as I was coming up to Lower Lake Mary, I saw what I believed was a red-tailed hawk, but since I was driving, I couldn't take a very close look at it. So I had to find somewhere safe to pull over. So I pulled off and got my binoculars, and right as I pulled my binoculars out of the back of the car, I turned around and I see a dead tree with a bird perched on it, and I'm looking at it and it's all brown, and I put my binoculars up and I take a closer look, and lo and behold, it's a juvenile bald eagle. So I very much lucked out. I was very happy. As you can see, this one is somewhere in the range of 1 to 2 years old. If you're not familiar with bald eagles, they actually don't get their white feathers, complete white feathers on their head and their tails until they reach the age of maturity, which is about 5 years old. So I was kind of, before I had the binoculars up, I was I thought it was maybe like a turkey vulture or something else that was perched up there. But I got very lucky. I was very excited, and I started taking pictures while it's there on the perch. And then as I turned around to grab my tripod, because when I initially took pictures of it, I just pulled out my camera with the lens, no tripod, and I was hand holding and shooting. So then I turned around, put the camera in, I was trying to get the tripod out, and as I turned around, it was gone. So I was a little bit sad, but then I realized it's probably about mealtime. Juvenile bald eagles are very inexperienced in hunting. So there are a lot of birds out here that they will feed on. So I quickly just threw the tripod back into the back of the car, closed the trunk, and rushed down to the side of the lake here with my camera. And as I got to the edge, I actually saw the bald eagle out this way, and I started snapping shots. Now, back up, while it was perched and I was taking pictures, since I was hand holding at 600 millimeters, I was at 1/800th of a second for a shutter speed. That way I wouldn't introduce any motion blur. So now fast forward back to the side of the lake over here, I got really excited as the bald eagle was flying around, and it was getting ready to, I don't know if it was landing or if it was getting ready to pounce on a bird or something. But anyways, I started tracking the bird. I started firing off shots, and right after it landed, I waited a second, make sure there was nothing else going to happen. And then I very quickly reviewed the images to make sure that I'm not overexposed or anything like that. And lo and behold, I forgot to change the shutter speed from 800 to 2000, 2500th of a second. So all those motion or the action shots are all blurry. So I very quickly changed up to I think I changed up to about 3200th of a second. I'll post it here once I find out. But yeah, so soon as I got that, it started taking off. So I started tracking, started snapping off shots, and then it turned around and started flying my way, and I was just getting incredible images. Absolutely amazing. I was so thrilled to actually have stopped to check out that red-tailed hawk, because had I not and just kept going back to the hotel, I would have missed this. So moral of the story is, remember that patience thing I was talking about yesterday? Investigate, investigate, investigate. If you see, especially for bird photography, if you see just regular birds that are agitated and start flying off for no reason, more than likely there's a predator around that they are nervous about. So I saw the red-tailed hawk. I pulled over to see, to confirm, grab the binoculars and confirm that it was a red-tailed hawk. And then, yeah, when I turned around and parked the car, got out, started pulling my binos out of the trunk of the car, and lo and behold, sitting right there was a bald eagle. So it was an absolute awesome experience. So point in case, don't be in a rush. Enjoy the time out here. I really have nothing to do. This is specifically a wildlife and bird photography trip. So I don't have anything else that I need to rush to. But we get into that mindset of, okay, nothing's happening, let's go. You know, we need to slow down, take a deep breath, enjoy nature. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous out here, as you can see. But yeah, just enjoy the time. Be out here with nature, with the animals. So this part of Flagstaff has a lot of ponderosa pines. And I wish I had smell-o-vision, because it just smells absolutely awesome out here, fresh air. So let me know in the comments below, guys, if you have already started some kind of wildlife photography and you get out there and you've rushed to leave the area and you end up having to unpack everything again. Let me know if it's happened to you, because I'm curious, because I am very bad about packing up and then heading out in a hurry and not really taking my own advice and just taking a step back and relaxing, taking a deep breath, just enjoying the area. It's great out here. So, like I said, I'm right at Lower Lake Mary. It's about 90 degrees right now, Fahrenheit. In the shade, feels cooler, wind's blowing. It's just absolutely amazing out here. But it's lunchtime. It's 12:30. So now that I was able to catch the second bird species that I was coming out for, I'm gonna pack up, head back to the hotel, grab some lunch, start downloading the cards and recharging batteries. But just to reiterate, guys and gals, take your time, take a deep breath, take a step back. Even if you have your camera out, just set it aside, take time, just enjoy where you're at, because unfortunately things are very different from what they used to be 20, 30, 40 years ago. This lake, for instance, you saw it's almost no water in it, and this used to be right up to about where we're at now. The water used to be this high, but like I said, take the time and enjoy. But enough rambling. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey everyone. Well, unfortunately, our time has ended here in Flagstaff. Overall, this has been a successful trip. I was able to capture both species of birds that I was here to photograph, both the osprey and the bald eagle. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get that shot that I envisioned of the osprey, the dad coming into the nest with the fish. But, you know, this time next year, I'll be able to do the same, come out here and try to photograph. But as I stated before, you know, you're at the mercy of nature. You're not going to be able to get your shot every single time. But patience and perseverance will, in the end, help you out and get that shot that you need. So, like I said, overall, it's been a very successful trip. So, which brings me to that if you guys have any questions as far as camera settings or gear, techniques, any of that stuff, put them in the comments below, because I will try to answer each and every one of them as best as I can. If I see a trending question, then what I'll do is I'll make a video specific to that question, hopefully so I can answer it in more detail. But thank you all so very much for hanging out with me. I know your time is precious and I don't want to waste it. So I'm hoping that this video has brought value to you. Hopefully you've learned a few things as far as wildlife photography. So thank you so much. And if you've stayed to this far to the end of the video, if you wouldn't mind just saying hello in the comments, because I would love to personally say hello and thank you for hanging out with me. And if you want to continue to hang out with me, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. That way, when the next adventure posts, you guys can hang out with me and you won't miss it. So thank you again, everyone. And until next time, we'll see you.